Hello everyone, welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 0 episode talk. So in this episode, we got a bad guy, an obvious bad guy, and he pushes people around to get out of his way on his way to class. Meanwhile, in class, during the lesson, Joey is playing a new game, which causes the teacher to be a little bit upset about that. But it's about a digital pet game. You remember that from back in the day? No, because you're not 30? Okay. Dang, I remember that anyway. We used to have like these digital pets that you could raise and stuff like that. But apparently they have a new feature as well, which means that they can date when you link up, and technically later on, as revealed, also can fight. However, Tristan doesn't like it because of the fact he would rather clean the real world than a fake one. Then Miho arrives late, and it's because of the fact that she also has a digital pet, and apparently there's a competition going on right now that will be happening, I think, on Sunday, that if you have the best pet, you get a free trip with someone else, obviously, for two, to Australia. And Miho wants to go to Australia. However, she's too tired, so Tristan obviously offers to, raise her digital pet because of the fact that he thinks that means that Miho and himself are gonna go to Australia together. Yeah, how about that one? that ending. Meanwhile, Hayama gets called by the bully, and they go over to the toilet in order to give money, which Yugi sees. However, Yugi does not want Hayama, which, by the way, is one letter away from Hariyama, but he doesn't want Hayama to be friendless in that sense, so he wants to become his friend and also gives him a digital pet. So then the next day, I think it was actually the next day, Tristan won't come to school because he's raising a child. At least that's what it says in the note that he left. However, it is because of the fact he's taking care of the digital pet for Miho. And while he's doing that, he's also thinking about Miho on the beach. Thumbnail image right there. Sometimes you gotta put a woman's body in the thumbnail. It just needs to happen, okay? It's difficult in this YouTube landscape to get clicks. Sometimes, you just gotta do something like that. And I will say this, I remember it not being the only one because of the fact that, well, there's one funny thumbnail, which I think is episode 14 or 15, and I'll talk more about that when we get to that episode. So then on the way home, the gang see the fact that the store now has a new pet, a golden pet, and everyone wants it, but it's 50,000 yen. Nobody has that kind of money. So then the bully pushes everyone out of the way, breaks in, and basically steals the thing, but then throws out a bunch of money in order to have it. So I guess that worked out. And everyone's like, the bully used to be a good kid, now he's not anymore. What happened to him? So then apparently we skip ahead a couple of days because Tristan hasn't been to school in 3 days because he has been raising that digital pet for so long for Miho, all to see her in a swimsuit, which understandable. I will say that if I had an attractive woman that I wanted to see in a swimsuit, I'd do anything for her as well. However, I'll be like the song, but I won't do that. So then Joey and Yugi link their pets together, but yeah, Joey's pet's a bit of a bully, so that didn't really work out. So then the bully enters, and he's going to be the winner of the contest because he raised the ultimate pet, Devil Master. And then a fight happens because he grabs Teia's pet and links up, and basically Devil Master kills that one. Afterwards, Joey wants to fight, and while he does try a nice little sneak attack, gets killed as well. So then Yugi is the next target, but before Yugi can be used, Tristan enters with his ultimate pet, and they link up, and Tristan's pet basically wipes away the Devil Master, and he won. And this upsets Hayama and also the bully, which we will get into later. So then on the way home, as Tristan and Miho are walking home, Tristan continues to walk while Miho talks to herself, I guess. I mean, she talks, but Tristan keeps walking. But anyway, Miho gets kidnapped by the bully, and a note is left for Tristan because he's the one who won after all. Meanwhile, Yugi sees the bully and follows him because of the fact that it could have to do with Hayama, and Yugi doesn't want Hayama to be beaten up. So then we get to the abandoned place. Tristan goes inside, and the bully is there, whose name I don't remember because I couldn't care less. I'll just call him Bully. But anyway, Bully is there. However, Bully then falls down with a bunch of whip marks on his back because he's not the boss. The boss is Hayama. Secretly, Hayama has been the bad guy all along because Hayama also likes raising pets. That being people. He uses people as pets, basically that. And when he reveals himself, Yugi arrives as well, so he gets to see everything as well. So then Yugi gets ripped, Tristan gets whipped, and then afterwards he whips the bow that is around the top of Miho's shirt, I guess. And then afterwards, enter Yami. And it's time for a Shadow Game pet fight. It's simple. It's just a pet fight. So, you two and whoever the pet is, they get link up. And while initially it looks like you two, but by the way, the you two is the pet from Yugi. But anyway, U2 is going to lose. The thing is, let's turn this into Pokemon, because the thing evolves into some kind of super form or something like that, and then wins the battle. However, Hayama isn't done yet. He wants the pet to continue to fight, but then the pet turns around and eats him. Not literally, obviously, but that causes him to be tormented. You know how it goes. But anyway, eats him. Yami wins. And then to end the episode, we get the big reveal. Miho wants to take her mom to Australia. So Tristan, my boy, you've done all that simping for nothing. And to be honest, this episode was actually lesser than the last couple episodes, because the last 2 episodes had a bunch of lore stuff, a bunch of interesting stuff, and then this is more of a down episode, you know, a downer episode. You gotta just, sometimes you gotta have those down episodes where you just take a minute to relax yourself before we get back to Koiba, because that is apparently what's gonna be happening next. So let me know what you guys thought about this episode in the comment section down below. By the way, I still liked it. I just didn't like it as much as like the last 2. But anyway, with that being said, thank you all so very much for watching, and I do hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you did, please like button, subscribe if you're new, if you're not already, turn on notifications, don't forget to check out the Let's Play channel, link description and at the end of the video, and I'll see you guys next time for the return of Koi. Bye bye.